Welcome back to the Prettiest podcast, episode 1, self-love. I'm your host, Sid Baby.
And I'm your host, Kim.
Today, we're going to be talking to you about all things loving yourself.
Self-love. What is self-love?
You know, that is just a really hard question to answer nowadays, I feel like, because there's so many different definitions of it. And I love that because people have truly embodied making self-love their own. So it's like some people's self-love might look like going and get a scoop of ice cream because they had a long week. Somebody else's self-love might look like you coming to me to get a facial.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh, I love that too.
Matter of fact, I'm coming back.
No, but somebody else's self, I know for me personally, my self-love is I'm putting my phone down. I'm turning my show on.
Oh, you are?
I am.
I haven't seen that. But
You haven't seen that yet because I do it when I'm by myself. Thank you.
Okay.
But I'm putting that phone down. I'm turning that TV on. And I'm grabbing that wine. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
And I'm sitting on that couch. The world is tuned out and I'm tuned in. I just love nothing more than just relaxing and just debriefing by myself. What is your self-love?
And that is so important. Self-love for me is, it could be watching television because I'm so busy. I don't have time to just watch TV. Self-love is going to get my nails done. It's going to get a facial from Sydney. It is just quiet time, peaceful time, just sitting quietly doing nothing if that's what I want to do.
Exactly.
It is just really taking care of me.
Exactly.
You know, just taking care of myself.
And I feel like sometimes there's just so much going on in life and you can just be like, whew, I've had the busiest week.
Right.
And then you say that to somebody and they're like, well, what did you do? And it's like, you think about it. And you're like, wait, what did I do?
Right.
But it's like everything was moving so fast. And it's like, you're just in it. And then it's like, once you're out of it, you're like, okay, we're finally done with that. Let's leave it where it is.
Right.
So it's like having that one moment to pull yourself away from that.
Right.
And from all of the chaos that's going on.
Right.
Is extremely important.
Right. So, what do you do or what do you say to that person that looks in the mirror and does not love themselves?
I say I've been there.
Okay.
Because I feel like when I was younger, I was in this little bubble. I was in this bubble of I'm the best, I'm the baddest, I'm the greatest, and I will forever always be that. And it's like the confidence that I had when I was younger, growing into a woman and having, I don't want to say like a man's perspective, but hearing what men say about women is kind of like, I've grown up with a lot of guy friends, so it's like hearing how they talk about other women makes me look in the mirror and be like, well, do I have that problem? Is that wrong with me? Like,
right.
What am I missing? Because it's like, I look at the girls that they're talking about and I'm like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. Like,
Right.
what? So if I'm not like that, if I look like her, like, what am I going to do?
Right.
So it's like, when I looked in that mirror and I was like, dang, like, girl, you're really going through it right now. And I had to realize comparison, comparison is literally the thief of joy.
The devil.
So it's like when I was looking in that mirror and I'm like trying to find the root of the problem, that was it.
Right.
It was like Instagram, constantly scrolling, constantly seeing somebody with a better this, a better that. What does J. Cole say in his song? Love yours. Love yours. Like, there's always going to be something better out there. And it's like, you're never going to be happy until you love yours. So it's like coming to the realization that you're all that you have at the end of the day. You come into this world with yourself. You leave by yourself. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't love yourself, nobody's going to do it for you.
And can I say there's always going to be someone smarter than you. There's always going to be someone prettier than you.
Yeah.
Like the list of that just goes on and on. There's always going to be somebody better. I mean, it just is.
Exactly.
So that's why you have to learn to be confident in yourself, You know, you have to love yourself and just have that confidence and that self-esteem and knowing, you know what, I'm good.
Exactly.
And you can't look to be fulfilled from someone else. Like, you have to get that from within.
Definitely.
From yourself.
Definitely.
Self-love. You know, but it's so sad that so many young girls and young women cannot look in the mirror and really appreciate and love who they see and what they see without what you just said, the comparison.
And I just feel like it's so much harder now for the younger generation that's coming up.
Right.
Because they've been exposed to that so early.
Right.
Like, I was exposed to it early as well, but we're talking like 5, 6, 7-year-olds scrolling on TikTok with the camera constantly in their face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, it's all there for them to see. Like,
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, how can I do that? How, like, and everybody wants to do that. So everybody's comparing now how they're doing it to how other people are doing it. And it's like, why are they doing it better than me?
Right.
But it's like, why is a 5-year-old dealing with the same comparison issues that grown women are
Right.
dealing with?
Right.
That shouldn't be the case. Like, you should be focused on playing outside with your friends,
Right.
like having a great time. And even like disregard the 5 and 6 and 7. Let's talk about the 14, 15, 16, just going into high school.
Correct.
You're in 8th grade, whatever the case may be. You shouldn't be worried about what the other girl got going on. You should be in them books.
Right.
If you're into sports, if you're into organizations, like, focus on what is going to better you personally.
Right. And how much of that do you think has to do with maybe the relationships that they're in, their little boyfriends, and just peer pressure, you know, and then you have the girl drama that kind of goes on when you're talking about the adolescent and the high school age.
Exactly.
How did you deal with that?
Honestly, it was really hard for me personally, coming from an atmosphere of a private school. So I'm the only black girl in the class, you know, nobody likes me, nobody wants to talk to me, nobody wants to date me, da, da, da. And then I go to a public school to where it's like, oh, now I have all these friends, now I'm talking to all these guys. Like, it's a complete 360. And it's like, dealing with that, I lost a lot of girlfriends because of the guys that wanted to talk to me. And it's like, girl, I don't even care about him. Like, I want to be your friend, but it's like, all you see is him constantly trying to talk to you, and that's who you have a crush on or something. So that, like, disrupts friendships. I will tell you this once and once only. Do not ever let a man come between a friendship. Because it is not
great advice.
worth it.
That is great
never
advice.
worth it, ever. Like, it doesn't matter what you think he can be for you. If that's who you're supposed to be with, at the end of the day, that's who you'll end up with. But no, like, your friend, that should be like who your top priority is, not some guy that's just walked up on the corner.
Right. Because you know what? If they're a true friend, then they're going to be by you.
Exactly.
And stick with you.
Exactly.
You know, for a long time and through thick and thin. Can we talk about maybe, you know, some of the tools that we could share with, you know, young girls and boys for that matter, that may help them in terms of being able to deal with the struggles of not loving themselves? So in other words, what are some things that they can do maybe on a daily basis to help them get through
That cycle.
learning how to love themselves? Like, what are some things that they might be able to do, you know, on a daily basis?
I'm going to say 2 things. First, I would say journaling.
Oh, I love journaling.
Journaling, when
favorite.
you write, you know, just like your words have power, what you write has power as well.
Yes.
So if there's something that's bothering you or something that's making you feel less confident, I would say write down what makes you feel confident. Write down what you want to, like, visualize where you want to be and write it down. And I promise that your words turn into actions.
Yes.
And your actions will just take you so far. So it's like, I would definitely say journaling for one. And for two, me, when I was going through stuff like that, and I know you still do this and I need to get back to it, writing affirmations and Bible verses on your mirror. Y'all, when I tell you, when I was, I don't know if this was probably both middle school and high school, when I would get up and I would look at my mirror and it would say, I am. And it's like every morning looking at that and just having that constant like reassurance of I am this, I am that.
Right.
And it's not a question, it's a statement. It's who you are. So it's like those are tools that I would definitely suggest, you add to your daily routine, just to help you move forward, honestly.
Yeah, affirmations are truly, truly powerful and life-changing.
Oh my God.
I always say, I wish I knew about affirmations as a child, because I am just such a strong believer when it comes to affirmations.
Oh my God.
You just said, I am. You can also write, I can, I will.
I have, like,
Yes.
everything.
I mean, there's so many,
Everything.
different, starts to affirmations. But once you write it down, there is something about writing down on paper, just what you want and then just manifesting that. And I'm going to tell you, it comes true.
It really
And you
does.
have to believe it, though.
Exactly.
You believing it and writing it down. And, in terms of self-love, I mean, the first one is I am beautiful. Yeah. And you know what? You got to believe it. And yes, you are beautiful.
Exactly.
I am beautiful. I am strong. And you just start with that. And like you said, on your bathroom mirror, so that when you wake up in the morning, as you're brushing your teeth, as you are washing your face, so that you see it every morning when you first get up. So that is such great, powerful advice.
And even with that, there's going to be days where you're going to look at that and you're going to be like, no, I'm not. Like,
Right.
I am not. And that is normal. Everybody goes through that. And you might even want to take your hand and smear the whole thing.
That's so true.
Really might want to.
That is so true.
But as soon as you're done with that whole phase or outburst or whatever it was, make sure you put it back up there. And you constantly have that as a reminder.
Right.
Even if it's not on your mirror, even if it's on your phone. Like, I have one of my friends, they have a list of things. So every time they open their phone, it's a screenshot of their notes and it says, I am this, I am that, I am this.
Right.
Even me personally, like on my phone, I have my vision board. So it's like the biggest one in the middle, it says, visualize who you want to be and start showing up as her. So like that's been something that's been so big to me, because I have so many different aspirations right now that I'm going after. And it's like, keep going, visualize her, wake up and be her, and you're gonna turn into her. So it's like just having those little nuggets everywhere throughout your life, on the mirror, on your phone, in your car, everywhere. It really makes a difference.
Right. That is so powerful. Thank you for sharing that. And when you also think about self-love, and I mean, when you think about relationships, just know that you can't love someone else until you first love yourself. And I think that is just a lesson within itself.
Yep.
And it's a hard lesson for some people to learn.
Yeah.
But you can't be in a relationship with someone, and love them more than you love yourself. You have to love yourself first. And I just think that is powerful, but it's true.
Yes.
And it's really a hard lesson for some people to learn and understand.
The hardest.
Like, you got to love yourself. And how are you going to love that person more than you love yourself? You can't do it.
There's priorities.
Yeah. And you
tiers.
should always be at the top of your list in terms of loving yourself, self-love. So we're talking about self-love today, loving yourself, how to love yourself, And you know, sometimes we have to take really leaps of faith and do things for ourselves. I
Definitely.
think Sid Baby is a great example of that. And I would love for her to share how she has just taken a serious leap of faith. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm going to let her share her story of leaving corporate America after a year and taking her leap of faith. But you know what? This is an example, I believe, of self-love, because she loves herself enough to be happy, to want to be happy in her life, to want to be happy in her career.
Yes.
So share with us a little bit about what self-love has done for you just over the last 6 weeks. What are you doing now?
Definitely. So, the last year, I moved to New York, and that was a leap of faith.
That was a leap of
I moved to New
faith.
York with an internship.
Yeah.
Not even a full-time job.
Not a job.
So, had a lease for a year in New York, moved there with an internship, ended up getting offered a full-time position at Steve Madden.
Yes.
Loved my team, absolutely loved my team, my boss, everybody that I worked with, all my coworkers. Oh my gosh, I still talk to them today. But I just realized, like, I had always told myself I want to own my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to work in corporate. So it's like I had a choice of either staying where I knew I wasn't happy, where I knew I didn't want to thrive. It's not that I wouldn't have thrived. I would have thrived. Oh my gosh, I would have done so many great things there. But it's the fact that I knew that wouldn't make me happy. That wouldn't fulfill what I wanted to do personally, my personal goals and everything like that. So I called my mom and I was like, I'm quitting my job in 2 weeks and I'm going to esthetician school. Because in high school, I did lash extensions and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be in the beauty world. So since my, junior year of high school, I have always said, like, I'm going to esthetician school. I'm going. So it's like, it's not now, when? If not now, when? So it was like, I had great support from my team at work. I had the support of my family, my friends. Everybody was so supportive. But my dad was like, wait, you're going to esthetician school in New York?
When?
In New York, dog? No, let's bring it on back home. So it would be extremely insane to go to esthetician school in New York and not have a job. That's crazy. So I did end up moving back home, and I moved home at the beginning of May. I started esthetician school 2 weeks after that.
Right. And you're in week number what?
I'm in week number 6 of esthetician school.
Right. And I'm so proud of you.
Just finished week 6. Like, everything is moving so fast. It's been great. And I'm not gonna, like, ever since I've made that decision, I have just been so happy. And I don't want to say I wasn't happy in New York. I love New York. I love living there. I love the people I was working with. But I just wasn't truly happy and enjoying what I was doing. So it's like, now to be thriving in what I want to do is just like all I ever wanted for myself. And the fact that I was able to give that to myself,
Right.
just makes it all better.
And I have my lash tag back.
Yes.
I'm sorry, just a little selfish.
Yes.
But self-love, right?
Definitely.
Look at what you did for yourself.
Taking that leap.
Self-love.
Definitely. And I'd do it all over again.
See, that
I would do it all
that
over
part.
again.
Yeah, that's awesome. But it's just about being happy, right? Choosing happy. Being able to look in the mirror
Yep.
and love yourself,
Definitely.
you know. And so how do you love yourself? Why do you love yourself? The things that we do for ourselves to make ourselves happy, loving ourselves first, you know, and all of it is about self-love.
Exactly.
So
I
this
love
has
it.
been really good.
This has been great.
really good.
Really has.
So we have so many more topics that we are going to be talking with you about. this was our episode. This is our first episode.
First episode.
Yes, we're so excited. And thank you so much for joining us. We will be back with week 2. But for now,
Week 2, episode 2.
yeah, but for now, just thank you. And we'll see you next time.
And always remember,
Pretty is as pretty does.
bye, y'all.